Welcome to the real world. Cameron is here. Karson is here.
That's right. Karson is here.
We are so excited. It's Carson's birthday, everybody.
Yes.
We are very excited about this.
22 years old.
22.
Yep.
And so we're going to do what we did for my birthday just a couple months ago.
That's right.
He's going to talk about his favorite movie from every year he's been alive. Starting in 2003, going all the way through 2025.
Mm-hmm.
22 films. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get started. All right, thank you so much for joining us here on the Real World Podcast. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. We are movie fanatics, and that's why we started the podcast. And so this is going to be a fun one.
Yes.
We got a lot to cover,
excited.
though, so we're going to jump right in.
We've got technically 23 movies because the year I was born counts.
Right.
I'm 22 years old, but it's not 22 movies.
Exactly.
It's been 23
Good
years.
point. Yes, exactly.
So,
that's how we did it with mine. All right.
Yeah.
So 2003.
2003.
Quite a good year for movies.
A great year for movies. I actually have a list up on Letterboxd you can check out of my favorite 2003 movies that I put together.
Right.
A long time ago, but.
Yeah.
A year chock full of great movies. We've got School of Rock that year. I love School of Rock.
So good.
We've got
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. We have all the Matrix sequels.
The Matrix, yeah, that's right. Reloaded, Revolution.
Yeah, 2003 was a fantastic year for movies, just full of great picks. But my pick for 2003 was a little-known movie called Sinbad: Legend of the Seven Seas.
Really? Wow.
This is
great film.
This might be my favorite DreamWorks movie. It's right next to Prince of Egypt for me. They're neck and neck.
It's a great one.
This is another. It's a 2D, 3D hybrid.
Right.
Early 2000s.
Right.
Swashbuckling adventure film, which also Pirates of the Caribbean came out in 2003.
Yes, that's right.
Which is another great pirate movie,
Sure.
but this is one that surpasses it to me because Sinbad is he's a classic cinematic character. I mean, we've seen The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. We're big fans of that.
Yes,
Ray Harryhausen special effects are amazing, and there's some homage to that in this. There's actually, if you go to the bonus features, there's a bonus feature game. This is on the DVD at least. Back when they did this, there's like a bonus feature game you can play where you battle the Cyclops.
Oh yeah.
From Seventh Voyage.
Right.
Anyways.
That's cool.
It's a great film. Brad Pitt plays Sinbad.
Yep.
He does an excellent job.
That's right.
The villain is just
Eris.
incredible.
Yeah.
Eris, the goddess of chaos.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's
job.
one of my favorite roles of hers.
Yeah.
And the way that she's animated, it's like living smoke. I don't know how I would go about animating
the hair
that,
is always moving.
It's an amazing movie. Catherine Zeta-Jones is Marina.
Yes.
And she does an awesome job as Marina. She's such a great heroine. Brad Pitt has a great arc. His character of Sinbad has a great arc that he goes through. Proteus is another character. Joseph Fiennes plays Proteus. Love it. I love this movie to death. I've seen it 1,000 times.
So much fun.
I have no problems with it. Almost every movie on these lists are 5-star films. I think there's only 2 that are 4.5 star.
Amazing.
So that's my first pick for 2003.
That's great stuff. All right, so great pick. I really like it. It's a great film. I've seen it many times as well. Now we're going to move on to 2004.
Yes.
2004 is another, of course, just year full of great film. I mean, every year has at least a handful of really great movies. So
yes, of course.
This one, I have a feeling I definitely know what you're going to pick. I think I picked Spider-Man 2 for mine.
Spider-Man 2 was really close to getting this. I mean, Spider-Man 2 is a classic all-time movie.
Sure.
We love Spider-Man 2, but it's The Incredibles.
The Incredibles.
The Incredibles.
Favorite director.
The Incredibles, upon rewatch, I rewatched it for my birthday. It's one of my 4 favorites of all time now.
Top 4?
It's in my top 4 of all time. This is a movie I've seen more than maybe any other movie ever. I watched this 1,000 times as a kid.
You quote it all the time.
I dressed up as Dash. I had Incredibles pajamas.
Right.
I love Incredibles. I love Incredibles. It's one of those movies that I remember vividly first ever seeing all of the bonus features for a movie.
Oh yeah.
That was one that I really delved into. It had a whole bonus disc, and there's just great like the case files for every character. It has like all their information.
Yeah, you know probably more about this universe than anyone because you've watched the bonus features, every bonus feature probably 10 times.
Sure. Yeah. I love Incredibles. It's such a cool
It's a great world.
It's a great world, and it's a great entry point into what are superheroes like. Like, what is superheroes? Yeah. What is this whole thing?
And it's kind of retro
animation. You know? It's very it's a throwback, and it's modern.
Yeah.
It's a timeless tale.
It's very Bond influence.
It's
you're going
very
through
Bond
movies
right
now.
That was one of my major takeaways on rewatching it, because I'm in the middle of kind of a self-induced torture / challenge of watching all 24 Bond movies for the month of May. So today I watched License to Kill.
Yeah,
which was really interesting.
Yeah. Timothy Dalton's second.
I'm already on the 16th movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Incredibles is an all-time classic. I love Incredibles. It's a phenomenal movie.
Great movie.
That's my pick for 2004.
2004, great one. I had to mention Hidalgo, which you still haven't seen. You got to watch Hidalgo. It came out that year. It's a great one. The Village. Born Supremacy, which is my favorite of the trilogy. So
definitely.
Great movies there. All right, 2005.
2005 was a good year, but to me, nothing holds a candle to the 2005 pick. Nothing else in 2005 is really even comes close to being as good as
The Chronicles of
Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Probably, well, to me, it is the greatest fantasy film of all time.
Yeah.
It embodies everything I love about childhood fantasy and adventure. It's dark and scary, and then it's very whimsical and funny.
Right.
It's just such a comprehensive film. The cast is so good. The story is so strong and thematic. This is one of those first stories that I kind of like started to delve into the subtext of what it was about, which was really cool.
Hey, wait, that lion died, then he rose again. What could this be?
He had to give up his life to save the people he fights for. It was great. It was great. To the people who betrayed him, it was very good. Yeah. It was very good. Narnia, it's one of my all-time favorites ever. I'm going to say that about every one of these, because every one of them, the whole premise of this is that it's my favorite of every year.
Right. But why is it your favorite? I mean, you saw this young.
I saw this very young.
You saw the second one in theaters.
Yes, the second one I saw for my birthday. We rented out a theater and we went and saw.
So we'll have to see if Prince Caspian makes it in 2008 as your number one.
Well, 2008's a big year.
I know. All right, going on to 2006.
2006 was an interesting one.
Yeah.
I wanted to pivot a little bit in terms of what I wanted to pick, because I didn't want every one of these picks to be like the same type of movie, like children's films and stuff that I grew up with. But I went with Children of Men, which is a drastic,
definitely not
drastic pivot in the other direction. Children of Men is a miserable, depressing, but ultimately uplifting movie.
Hopeful film.
It is ultimately hopeful, but
it's a lot of despair before we get there.
It's one of my favorite post-apocalyptic movies. It isn't it's definitely in the top 3.
It's so visceral. It's so like the handheld style, the long takes. It really puts you in the action.
Yeah.
It is really. Karson just did a wonderful job directing this. Yeah. Alfonso Karson.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those movies I watch and I just weep and I just love it, and it's just so powerful. It's just powerful storytelling visually.
I agree completely. It's an all-time classic. Pan's Labyrinth was my pick.
Okay, Pan's Labyrinth. That was a close second. I love Pan's Labyrinth.
Go watch my episode if you want all my picks. I won't give you all my picks, but every once in a while I'll pipe up.
Good.
Pirates 2.
Yep.
Casino Royale.
Of course, that was up high too.
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
So many great.
Great.
All right, let's jump to 2007.
Yes. 2007. I went back. I went back to my old ways of choosing, and I chose another Brad Bird film. It was released in 2007.
Yes. I had a feeling.
Ratatouille. Came out in 2007. I just rewatched this a few weeks ago. Ratatouille is timeless. It's a classic movie.
Yeah.
It really it's a story about the arts. It's a story about artists.
Sure.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I love most of Brad Bird's movies have that kind of subtext of like, you've got a struggling artist who's having to fight against the kind of corporate system that is keeping him down,
right?
Which is really Brad Bird's life story, but it's very similar here, where you've got the current chef at Gusto's, who's basically a sellout.
Exactly.
He's trying to make microwave burritos with Gusto's name on them, and you have Linguini, who's just kind of a bumbling idiot, and then you have Remy, who's the artist. But it's like he can't work in this world. Like, this isn't his industry, and it's very interesting. Ratatouille has a lot of layers to it. It's like an onion.
Peel it back.
Yes.
Keep peeling it back.
A lot of food in that movie that is just the most appetizing food possible.
I know.
I think because it's animated, it looks like it's even better. It looks like it's better than real life,
right?
Which is great. I love it. Ratatouille is fantastic.
Yeah.
And my next pick for the year 2008 is similar to Ratatouille in a few ways, in the sense that it is also kind of about an artist fighting against a corporate system, and that is Speed Racer.
Oh, of course. Speed
Racer.
Go Speed Racer, go.
Yes. Stay tuned because we have a video planned when we get Ben and Josh back again in the studio. Because like we did for Constantine.
Yes.
To watch Speed Racer.
Watching. Neither one have seen it. Can't wait for them to watch.
I love Speed Racer. This was on my 4 favorites for a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's been bumped down since, just because I love Incredibles so much, but yeah, Speed Racer, there's nothing like it. I don't think there will ever be anything like it. It's truly a one-of-a-kind magical movie.
Yeah. It flops so hard that no one will ever be able to attempt this again.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm so glad it got made.
Absolutely.
Because it is a great one-of-a-kind. I like that it's a one-of-a-kind. Like, nothing will ever be like this. It's kind of cool that it's the only one like this. The Wachowskis just did something so completely opposite from Matrix. You know what I mean? It's like,
totally.
How can we go in the opposite direction? Make a live-action cartoon.
Exactly. It's a live-action cartoon. It's fascinating the way that they decided to make that movie. The visual effects of that movie, the whole production process is just very incredible. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend Speed Racer.
Sure, 100%.
So for 2009, I went with another animated film.
Oh. Stop motion animated?
Stop motion. You know it. 2009, it's Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Of course. Wes Anderson's.
Yep.
Maybe his greatest film.
Yeah, I mean, it's between between that and I really like Life Aquatic a lot, but I also love.
I'd say Grand Budapest.
Moonrise Kingdom is one of my favorites of his for sure.
Okay.
But Fantastic Mr. Fox is incredible. It's a jaw-dropping display of his artistic vision.
Yeah. That
takes up every frame of the screen.
And I love that it's a Roald Dahl storybook come to life. It very much feels like that. It feels like the Roald Dahl storybook has been adapted to the screen perfectly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so just storybook-like and kind of how it unfolds and the on-screen text and all that. Like, there's just certain things he does that are really... His style so perfectly fits the storybook aesthetic,
for sure.
You know, that kind of style.
Yeah, everybody calls it the dollhouse framing that he does. Yeah. Where his movies look like they're made out of an intricate little detailed dollhouse.
Right. Which is what this is.
This is literally a dollhouse. It's literally
little
stop-motion puppets
manipulating,
and practical sets.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. It's a visual feat. It's so endlessly quotable and funny and witty.
The voice cast is great.
Yeah, it's so good.
Good movie.
So 2011.
No.
2010. I'm sorry. 2010. Yes,
2010. 2010, a good year.
2010 was a good year. Yes. 2010 was a good year. What were some other movies in 2010? I'm trying to remember.
Well, 2010, I think of True Grit. I mean, I think that was my pick. Book of Eli, I'm a huge fan of.
Yes,
Inception, one of the first Nolan movies that I really enjoyed in theaters. Robin Hood.
The first I enjoyed.
I did. I mean, I liked those other ones.
That
was just a mind-blowing
No, right. Of course. Inception's great.
Night and Day. Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz, Social Network.
So I chose none of those.
Okay.
My choice is Tron Legacy. Which I don't think is too much of a surprise.
No, not at all. It's right here.
Yeah, Tron Legacy is excellent. Yeah. This is another one of those visually spectacular movies.
Yes.
It's just like I've never seen anything like it.
No.
It's almost like and really ultimately I credit George Lucas and his production of the prequels for giving us digital cinema so that we could have environments like this that exist.
Wouldn't happen.
I mean, Tron Legacy, it's like this is what Lucas was talking about when he's like, digital cinema will change the game forever for everyone.
Absolutely.
Like, this is something no one could have ever done before this. They tried in Tron Classic.
Yeah.
And it's not even close to the same. I like Tron Classic a lot.
Sure.
But
great story.
It's nothing compared to Legacy. Legacy is on another level of the music, the visuals, the
Daft Punk score,
even the
so
performances.
good.
I think are amazing. The writing of the story, the structure of it is really, really strong.
It is. I agree.
And people criticize the de-aging, but I really think it works here.
It works, and it's, again, you got to think stepping stones. They had never even tried this before.
Of course.
I mean, it's like,
yeah.
crazy.
Definitely.
Great choice. Fun movie. Glad we're finally getting a sequel.
Yeah,
it's been 15 years.
Hey, well, they had to wait a lot longer between
That's
Classic
true.
and Legacy, so
That's true.
relatively soon.
All right, 2011 we're on already.
So 2011 was probably the most difficult choice for me.
Really? Interesting.
This was the most difficult year because this was when I think I started really loving new movies, and I was watching a lot of movies more frequently. I was watching stuff in theaters. I was watching new things. Streaming was relatively new, but I was just watching more movies, so there's just more in 2011 that I had seen compared to other years. But still young enough, but getting a little older. So it was torn. I was torn between two. I was torn between Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol.
Brad Bird's first
Another Brad Bird film. But my favorite Mission movie.
It's still your favorite?
It's still my favorite.
Interesting.
I think that movie...
It's a great one.
It's just perfect. It's exactly
level.
what I look for in a spy adventure movie.
Yeah.
And it has its own quirks. The gadgets don't work.
It's all about the team.
It's all about the team.
Really
it's so good. Team. That movie is so strong. It's so thematically rich, and it's very well written, very well paced. Yeah.
Great.
The action is so good.
The Burj Khalifa.
The humor of that movie, I think it's the funniest Mission movie. It's really funny. It's so great. It's such a great. It's exactly what you want from a spy adventure film. It's like quintessential. It's perfect in that way. But it's not my pick.
It's not your pick.
It's not my pick. I ended up going with Rango.
Rango, yes.
I love Rango.
Yes.
Rango is one of my all-time favorite westerns.
Rango is so great.
Second, probably only to Shane, which is I think my one favorite.
Right.
Of course, I wasn't alive when Shane came out.
Yeah, exactly.
But Rango is almost a deconstruction of the genre.
Yep.
A deconstruction of the Western genre.
Yep.
In the same way that Clint Eastwood deconstructed it after the John Wayne era of Westerns.
Exactly.
This is a deconstruction of even the Clint Eastwood era of Westerns.
Exactly.
So, and it's almost, the story of it is kind of a regressing back to the more black and white hero, cowboy version of a Western.
Yep.
So it's really fascinating because Rango is really... He is a nobody character. He is nothing. He's a pathetic, lonely lizard who puts on this false identity of himself. He's an actor, and he's an actor in a world. It's basically like Three Amigos if you think about it.
Kind of. Yeah.
He's an actor in a real Western world,
right?
And he has to prove himself to be the actual hero Rango that he's built himself up to be.
Yep.
It's a great story. It's a little like Majestic. Reminiscent of that similar kind of story. But Rango's fantastic. The production of Rango, another revolutionary thing where they had built sound stages where the actors dressed in costume and they filmed all of it in live action.
Yep.
And then they animated over top of it. It's just fascinating. The whole production of that movie is amazing. And Light and Magic, the documentary for season 2 has a Rango sequence in it, where they talk all about Rango. Really, really good. Loved that.
I'm a little surprised you didn't go with the Muppets because I know that is like your favorite.
I do love the Muppets. It's just not as like
revolutionary.
It's not as revolutionary, and it's not as like
quirky.
To me, Rango, it was my favorite movie for a long time.
Yeah.
I watched it and I was like, this is unlike anything I've seen before. This is a new avenue.
And it's cool. Rango's cool because the more Westerns you watch, the better it gets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those where it's like you appreciate it more when you have watched
it's definitely aged very well.
Movies and all that. So.
And I think that Muppets has aged well as also.
Yeah, it has.
It's very timeless in a lot of ways, but I mean, the 2011 Muppets is a 2011 movie.
Yes.
There's a lot of...
It's building on everything that came
Every
before.
Muppet movie is a product of its time, to a certain extent.
Sure.
I mean, people have argued that the Muppets themselves are a product of the 70s, and that taking them out of that context is wrong.
Right.
But the 2011 Muppet movie is excellent. I love that film.
All right, let's jump to 2012.
2012 was interesting because I almost picked a short for this year. I don't know if that would have counted.
Yeah.
So I was going to pick Paperman because Paperman came out in 2012.
Of course.
I love Paperman.
It's one of the greatest shorts of all time.
I think it is absolutely one of the greatest shorts of all time.
Yeah.
It was my first.
Know if people have seen it.
It was my first introduction into 3D overlaid with and composited onto 2D.
Right.
So it was
very interesting.
Before Spider-Verse did this.
Yeah.
Paperman shifted everything for me.
And it's all black and white. And it's so interesting.
No dialogue.
Yeah.
It's an excellent film.
Right.
I highly recommend Paperman. It's a Disney short.
Yeah.
Incredible. But that's not my pick because it's not technically a movie. It's a short.
Okay.
My pick is Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
I love Moonrise Kingdom. I just talked about it a little while ago.
Yeah.
But this is like a Boy Scout movie in the woods.
Right.
It's a very quaint Wes Anderson movie. I think most of his movies are pretty quaint, but this one, it's all on an island, so you kind of get that small town feel.
Yep.
I love the trope that Wes Anderson has kind of fallen into now that I think pretty much started here is adults acting like children and children acting like adults.
Exactly.
And that's so entertaining to me. That's so fun.
Right.
And funny and cool. And the story of this movie, it has a great structure. It has that great third act climax on the church steeple and the lightning storm.
Yep.
The romance I think works really well and is really interesting and cool. The cast is obviously all-star.
Bruce
Willis,
just
full of huge
Edward
names.
Norton.
And all the child actors do an incredible job.
They're really good.
Incredible job.
Really good.
It's very funny. It's very witty.
It is.
And I love it. I love it. That's my pick for 2012.
Excellent choice. I thought you might go with that one. All right, we're on to 2013.
2013 is a movie I did not pick when I was 10. That's a movie I didn't see until I was much older. But I did listen to the soundtrack when I was younger.
Oh.
This is Inside Llewyn Davis.
Ah, yes, of course.
Inside Llewyn Davis is fantastic. Like I said,
movie.
I listened to the entire soundtrack to the film before seeing it.
Yeah.
So I had a pre-constructed idea of what the story was, based solely on the music in it.
Right.
So watching it for the first time, years after I had listened to all this music, was a fascinating experience I've never had with a movie before. Right. Because I knew every song that they played.
But you didn't know the context.
I didn't know the context of it.
Yeah.
So it's like building a story around your favorite album, like building a movie based off of the Joshua Tree album.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Right,
it's so cool. I loved watching it. I think it's solely because of that experience watching it that I enjoyed it so much. It's a great movie. It's a really good story.
Coen Brothers, man.
Coen Brothers. They knocked it
Oscar
out of the
Isaac.
park. Yes.
Carey Mulligan.
Yes.
Adam Driver.
That's right.
John Goodman.
Yes. Adam Driver sings folk music.
Garrett Hedlund from Tron Legacy.
Yes,
is in there.
That's right.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's excellent. I love Llewyn Davis. You have a cool Llewyn Davis poster over there.
Yes, indeed.
It's a great film. 2014.
Yes.
2014 was a big year.
Oh yeah.
A lot of cool movies came out in 2014. What were some 2014 movies?
You got John Wick. You got Edge of Tomorrow.
Yep.
Big Hero 6.
Of course.
Song of the Sea.
Yep. Song of the Sea. Yes.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yep.
Ex Machina.
Song of the Sea was a close one. That was one I had considered for a little while, but I had to land on what I think is the greatest MCU movie, maybe the greatest Marvel movie of all time. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2014.
Wow. I'm a little surprised.
Really?
I thought it was between three. I knew it was either Guardians, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which I know you're a huge fan of.
Yes, it's probably my favorite Apes movie, yeah.
And the Lego movie I thought you might go with.
The Lego movie, I love the Lego movie for sure. I do.
I guess you're more of a Lego Batman guy.
Lego Batman movie is fantastic for sure. But I went with Guardians because Guardians to me, it's a movie that just I can watch any time. Yeah. It's just so entertaining. It's so light.
We can watch multiple times, as we did when we bought the Blu-ray.
And it's a movie also that, like, unlike the Lego movie, I haven't seen so many times that I'm kind of tired of it. Yeah. I love the Lego movie. I think it's fantastic. But
the greatest testament to how great this film is we saw it in theaters at least once or twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know. Yeah. And then when we bought the Blu-ray, we brought it home.
That's right.
We put it in, watched it. Mm-hmm. We're like, man, that was so great. Let's watch it again right now.
And we did.
I don't think we've ever done that before.
No.
No. It was late at night. It was like we watched the movie. We were like,
yeah,
it's so good. Let's watch it again immediately.
Let's play it again.
It's like crazy.
Play it again.
Roll it.
It's that good. It's that good.
Wow.
Because James Gunn had a lot to prove in making this movie.
It was the biggest risk Marvel had ever taken.
Biggest risk he had ever taken. Biggest movie he had ever done.
Yeah.
And he nailed it. I mean, this made his whole, the rest of his career into now him.
There's so much
leading
personality
DC.
in it. There's so much him in it.
Yeah.
I think is why.
Yeah.
It's very much an artist's vision.
Totally.
It's not a corporate product.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a generic, bland, same thing I've ever seen.
But it kind of is that in the sense that it is poking fun at the tropes of the MCU.
A little bit, yeah.
The villain, Ronan the Accuser,
yeah,
is a total joke.
right.
Because he's so serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he takes himself totally seriously.
They defeat him with a dance song.
Because it's played straight. Exactly. It's really clever, and it only gets better every time I watch it. Because I think
it looks so ridiculous from the outside.
Yeah.
You know, everyone was like, "This is not going to work.
Talking
this
Tree,
is going to be Marvel's first flop."
Yeah, Talking Tree Raccoon, and the tattooed Dave Bautista.
Right.
It's going to be dumb.
Green Girl from Star Trek.
Yep. Exactly. But yeah, Guardians is a classic. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. That's
Great
my
film.
pick for 2014.
Great choice. I can't fault you for it one bit. We're moving right along to 2015.
2015 is going to be a controversial pick. Controversial pick.
It's not Mad Max Fury Road?
It's not Fury Road, sadly. I wish it was. I actually love Fury Road. I think it's a perfect film. But I gave it to The Force Awakens. I had to do it.
I applaud this.
It's my favorite.
Having just rewatched all the Star Wars films, I applaud this.
It's my favorite Star Wars film. It's one of my 4 favorite movies of all time. I think it's one of the best movies of all time. It embodies everything I love about Star Wars, and by extension of that, everything I love about cinema and art. Truly, I believe it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Comments are going crazy.
Watching it as a 12-year-old, which is exactly as intended.
George, who did you intend these movies for? They're intended for 12-year-olds.
They're made for the fans don't like it when I say this, but they're made for 12-year-olds.
We're not supposed to say this, but I made these movies for 12-year-olds. And that's what Force Awakens is for.
Yes,
it's for 12-year-olds.
Absolutely. It's for 12-year-olds who grew up with parents and older brothers who showed them Star Wars.
Correct.
It's everything. It encompasses everything.
It's everything a Star Wars fan could want in a movie.
Exactly.
Think about it.
I don't know why people are so upset about it.
It's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
It's everything. It's everything everyone's ever wanted from a Star Wars movie.
Exactly. And at the same, because some people say it does too much of that. So that's one of the criticisms.
Well, people complain. People complain that it's exactly like A New Hope.
Right, which it's not at all.
Which, first of all, even if it is exactly like A New Hope,
A New Hope's great.
You don't like A New Hope,
right?
You don't like the best movie ever.
They wanted something different, but not too different.
Exactly. I watch this and I just think to myself, I cannot reason in my mind. I cannot understand why people think that this movie offers nothing new.
Yeah.
Because
it's so fresh.
Every second of this movie
right.
is something I've never seen before.
Yeah, exactly.
Down to Kylo Ren freezing a laser bolt in midair.
Yes.
Down to a stormtrooper taking off his helmet and becoming a main character.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's just bizarre.
Stuff.
It's bizarre that people miss all the big swings and big risks this movie took.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so that was it for 2015. Now we're on to 2016.
Yes, 2016.
Wow, big year.
2016 was a big year. We got BVS this year.
Yes.
We got Civil War. Captain America Civil War, which has only gone down in my estimations over time.
Why are you mentioning that?
Sadly. Because I used to love it. When it came out, I thought it was the best thing I'd ever seen.
You got Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yes.
You got La La Land.
Yep.
Hell or High Water.
Mm-hmm.
Arrival.
So my pick for 2016 is 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
Did you think it was going to be that?
I knew it. Yeah,
okay.
I was about to say that next.
Yeah, I love this
film.
movie. I almost picked Cloverfield for 2008. If not for Speed Racer, I probably would have.
Yeah.
10 Cloverfield Lane. It's my favorite actress of all time. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's incredible.
From Sky High.
I've loved her since Sky High, since I was a wee lad. It's amazing. It's amazing. 10 Cloverfield Lane. It's John Goodman and probably his best performance ever. Mm-hmm. It is a claustrophobic bunker movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I've seen any bunker movies since. I guess there are a few others out there.
Barbarian's kind of a bunker movie.
Yeah, Barbarian, I guess.
Basement movie.
But yeah, it is just an excellent thriller.
Tense, man.
Very tense, very well crafted.
Yes. It's tight, you know.
So many great twists and turns. That's why I'm being a little delicate talking about it.
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it really.
It's great. You're with the character.
It unravels itself.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, and there's a lot of subtlety to the set design that inform a lot of characters.
Definitely.
It's incredible. There's some phenomenal performances here.
It's one of the best single location films.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few of those. 12 Angry Men, I think of one of those, you know.
For sure.
They do a lot with a little.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Exactly.
It's very effective.
Exactly. Yeah, it's an intimate, smaller movie.
3 characters.
A lot of the movies I've picked so far have been huge.
Yeah.
Massive, tentpole blockbusters, but this is one that's really, confined and it's very character focused.
And I like that as a sequel. It didn't try to replicate the first one,
exactly.
Which I think it was just its own script, and they made it a Cloverfield movie. But it's still cool that they didn't feel like they had to go and change it up and make it this big thing. It was just very much its own thing. Mm-hmm. Feels like it's part of the same thing.
Definitely,
it's not,
yeah.
It's different at the same
time.
So.
Exactly. I think that the Cloverfield series is pretty much what movies should do with sequels. Yeah. Is like with certain ideas.
Yeah.
Like, Cloverfield's basically a modern Twilight Zone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like this is a new story that takes place in this world, and it's basically a standalone, but yeah, it's in Cloverfield Lane. Love it. Great.
Alrighty, we're on to 2017 now.
2017.
This is another big year.
Yeah.
Because you got The Last Jedi, you got Logan, you got Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yeah, that's right. That's a Christmas classic for us.
I think I know what you're going to pick, though.
It's Blade Runner 2049. Yes. Yeah, Blade Runner 2049. I love it. I love it more than the original Blade Runner, which I know is kind of sacrilege to say.
Heresy!
I know.
Heresy!
I know. But, yeah, to me, this movie, the story that it tells of the anti-protagonist.
Yeah.
The not chosen one,
right,
is really, really good. It's a detective story. It's neo-noir.
Yep.
We follow a replicant who knows he's a replicant.
Yeah, right.
And he's
going
also
not a replicant.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very cool. Actually, guys, definitely not really. It's very cool. This movie.
It looks amazing.
It's Denis Villeneuve.
Cinematography.
Denis Villeneuve directs it.
Roger Deakins shoots it.
Nothing's looked better.
Zimmer scores it.
It's
like it's all the heavy hitters.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just production design.
Yep.
All of it's amazing.
It's fantastic. I love all the characters.
Yeah.
Joe or Kay or whatever you want to call him. His name doesn't matter.
It's Joe for sure.
Joy is
is
incredible. Ana de Armas. She does an awesome job. Harrison Ford not phoning it in, which is great. To see old Harrison Ford really care about a performance is great.
Force Awakens, I feel like, kind of rejuvenated him.
Sure.
I think that movie, he really wanted to give it his all because he knew it was his last time out.
Well, Force Awakens is the opposite of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Move on to 2018.
2018.
Wow.
It's a great year.
This is a clear winner for you.
There's no competition.
I mean, for me,
sadly.
you got First Man, which was almost my number one. I ended up picking Christopher Robin, I think. But First Man's right there. Mission Impossible Fallout, I think, is great. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Solo, A Quiet Place, Aquaman. But
nothing holds a candle to Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The first ever theatrically released animated Spider-Man
motion picture, yeah. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
amazing.
It's unlike anything else.
It's spectacular. It's an amazing fantasy.
Yeah. It's very revolutionary, much like Rango.
Yep.
One of your earlier picks.
Yep. We talked about Paperman earlier, and how that was a composited animated movie, and this takes that idea and kind of evolves it in new directions.
It looks like a comic book come to life.
It looks like a comic book come to life. It's the greatest way to tell a multiverse story.
Definitely.
Because you have characters who are not just from different timelines or different universes, but are from different art styles. From different art forms.
Who'd have thought that Sony would have made a better Marvel multiverse movie than Marvel Studios? You know?
Yeah, well, when you have Lord and Miller, behind.
The key. It's the artist behind the work. It's not the studio.
And they're like, this is what we want to do. We want to go in this new direction, do something we've never seen before. Miles Morales, who's a very new character, and he was new even when they made this movie.
Right.
And he's very different in the movie than he is in the comics.
Definitely.
It's super cool. It's a really cool. It's almost like watching the modern version of a Spider-Man origin story.
Yep.
Miles Morales is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
To a lot of kids.
Yeah. Right.
He is the Spider-Man now.
Right.
And it's very cool to see that new blood.
Well, what's great about it is
things up.
It much like Force Awakens, it builds on what's come before.
Yeah.
It doesn't just. It's not just throwing you in and like trying to explain everything. Everyone knows that they make fun of it, right?
Of course.
Like, let's start from the top
yes,
one more time.
Yes.
You know, it's like they keep retelling this origin that we've all heard, but they're all different spider people, so they all have actually very different origins that we haven't heard before.
But it doesn't matter.
Because
that's not the story. But
exactly.
But that plays into the story.
Right. Exactly.
Because this is all in service of Miles' origin.
Exactly.
Which is actually what I really liked about Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Upon rewatch,
this
kind of has the same structure.
Yeah.
In that our knowledge of Tobey and Andrew's movies inform Tom Holland's origin.
Right.
This is his coming into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's very cool, and Spider-Verse definitely does that. I think a little more clearly and more comprehensively.
Yeah.
But yeah, Into the Spider-Verse, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Awesome movie, tons of fun, very rewatchable.
Yep.
2019. What an interesting year this is.
Oh boy.
This is a really interesting year. I mean, of course...
You better buckle up, buddy. Because I think you know what we're going to pick.
Everybody goes to Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
A lot of people would
Unfortunately, they do.
And a lot of people would go to John McThree.
Sure. John McThree's good.
Maybe 1917.
Okay.
I like Ad Astra a lot.
Yep.
Ford v.
Never seen Ad Astra.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch it. A lot of people like Knives Out.
Knives Out, yep.
You know, there's a lot of interesting movies here. Sound of Metal.
I really need to see Sound of Metal. I'm very excited to see that. But
what was your pick?
My pick.
I really don't know for this year what it is.
I think it's your pick as well.
Is it?
It's It's The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker. All right. He went with two Star Wars.
I'm sorry. I love Star Wars.
Wow.
What can I do?
I love it.
It's Rise of Skywalker. Now, the reason I didn't pick The Last Jedi isn't because I don't love Last Jedi. It's just not fair.
Yeah,
it's just not fair.
Right.
I
get it.
Rise of Skywalker. This is a movie I think a lot of people hate, and I understand the hate.
It's almost hated more than any of the other films.
I don't know if it's hated. I don't know if it's hated more. I don't know if it's hated more than Last Jedi. I don't know.
A lot of people dislike this more than Last Jedi now. I guarantee you.
You're probably right.
I guarantee you.
You're probably right. Because people hate fun.
Exactly. People don't get what Star Wars is about.
This movie's fun. This movie's silly. But it is
Star Wars.
It is emotionally dramatic, and it is thematically consistent with Star Wars.
It's so much crazy funness.
Yeah.
It's so much. It's in many ways as bold as The Last Jedi.
Sure.
People look at it all as fan service. I totally disagree.
People think of this movie as the retcon movie, where they retcon everything that came before it,
and it retcons nothing. It literally retcons nothing.
it actually cements everything that came before it.
Exactly.
Especially Last Jedi.
It builds so much on what Last Jedi did.
Yeah. Look, man, light speed skipping is fun.
Light speed skipping's awesome. We can go through the whole movie. The opening montage.
I just love
opening with a montage, which has never happened
Opening
before.
with Kylo Ren on Mustafar.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Going to Exegol, which is like the coolest planet ever.
Yes. It had to be Palpatine. It had to be Palpatine. This is the story that we're telling. It's always been Palpatine. I don't even have anything to say about this.
I know.
It's
we
just
have to do a whole video on it.
We really do.
It's so misunderstood.
We need to do a breakdown of what Star Wars is. Because I think people
don't know.
Drastically misunderstand what Star Wars is about and what it's trying to do.
100%.
Rise of Skywalker, it's kind of like an inside joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the people who are watching these movies and laughing and loving it and just are along for the ride and love every second of it and understand the deeper thematic subtext of these movies Like, Rise of Skywalker couldn't have been anything else.
Correct. Yeah.
We knew what it was going to be going into it.
Yeah.
And it was it.
Right.
You know, it was great.
Why would it... If it wasn't that, it would be very disappointing.
Yes. So...
It's great.
It's excellent. It's excellent.
Yeah. Great film.
It's a terrific movie.
We'll do
I've never seen a movie as fast as that movie.
It moves so
It is
fast.
so energetic.
It is.
And exciting. And every second is something entertaining.
Flash Gordon, baby.
There's not a second of anything that's like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
This is,
It's always exciting. It's always fun. The visuals.
I don't even know.
It's the best visual storytelling I think I've ever
It's a movie that's very difficult to take notes while you're watching.
Yeah.
Because you just get sucked into it.
Totally.
You get sucked into the excitement of everything.
100%. Brilliant film.
Anyways.
Brilliant. Masterpiece.
2019 was...
No, that was 2019.
Rise of Skywalker?
Yep. Now it's 2020.
2020.
Into a new decade.
2020, yeah.
We're coming up close.
Yes, we're almost done.
2020, a lot of good ones. You got Love and Monsters.
Yep.
You've got...
I went with Soul for 2020.
Oh, really? Okay, great film.
I went with Soul. I love Soul. It's a movie that... it's Pete Docter, the height of his powers.
Yeah.
Soul has some great music. Yeah. It has some of the most impressive animation Pixar's ever put out. It is very stylized, but it is very it's very detailed. It's very intricate, and it's very well crafted as a film.
Right.
It kind of takes the lessons pioneered in Toy Story 4, which are like they have like special digital cameras that they developed for Toy Story 4 to get certain shots, like split diopter shots.
Right.
And all of that is kind of put in place here for Soul, so that Pete Docter has all the tools that he needs to make a film as if you would make it in live action.
Yeah, right.
So that when you go into The Great Before and you do the kind of crazy, weird stuff that you can't do in live action, you have that freedom.
Yeah.
So there's a groundedness to it when you're with Jeff.
Yeah.
In real life.
Right.
And then, kind of like Inside Out, which Pete Docter also did, you have that other perspective. This is an otherworldly. This is a larger than life type thing, and the story is great. It's just about living. Yep. It's about living life to the fullest, and experiencing life and loving.
Great film.
Yeah, love Soul.
It's great music.
Very good.
And like you said, Jamie Foxx. He really did deliver a great performance. Although Wolfwalkers is really good.
I know. I've only seen it once. That's the problem. Okay. I need to see it again.
I get that.
I love Wolfwalkers, but gotta give it to Soul.
All right.
Pete Docter deserves it. He deserves an award for this 100%. Movie.
I agree completely.
Soul was incredible.
It went under the radar, which is unfortunate. It came out during COVID time, so.
I think did it have a theatrical release at all?
I don't know if it even did.
I think it went straight to streaming. Because I know that Luca, Turning Red, a couple of those went straight to streaming.
Might have been.
I think Soul might have been on the block.
All right, going to 2021. A lot of great films.
This is a tough one. This one I had to really like. I had to pick my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like there's better movies than this one. I think this year. Sure. Dune came out this year.
Dune? Oh, you didn't pick Dune.
I didn't pick Dune.
Oh, I thought you picked Dune.
I didn't pick Dune. I love Dune.
I know.
I love Dune.
I know.
I don't think it's my favorite of this year.
Was it Nightmare Alley?
It's Pig.
Pig, of course.
Nicolas Cage's Pig.
Pig.
Pig is a film I get emotional just thinking about. It is. It's so good. It's a showcase of what you can do with like a Nicolas Cage vehicle when you decide to deconstruct what you would expect from a Nicolas Cage thing.
Yes.
The way I've described it to friends is it's like John Wick, but instead of killing people, he is empathetic toward people. Like, that sounds boring. He has conversations, and he breaks down their humanity, and empathizes with them.
Yeah, gets to their core.
Gets down to their core, and it's another movie kind of about a struggling artist against an industry. This one's about a returning artist who's coming back into the culinary world.
Right.
Pig is excellent.
Ratatouille 2, almost.
Almost Ratatouille 2, yeah, in a lot of ways. I bought this movie and own it now, which I'm so glad that I have it, and I watched the bonus features for it recently. And the bonus features are almost as delightful as watching the movie because it's just Nicolas Cage in a kitchen,
musing on the film and
he's just in a kitchen in his like chef costume, and he's just cooking food, and he's being taught how to cook by a chef.
Oh, that's cool.
So the whole time he's learning how to cook all this stuff. He's like, well, it's kind of like when you're acting. You're piecing together the story as you're crafting the dish. And it's so good. It's so great. I love it because he breaks down the actual story of the film while he's cooking.
Right. That's great.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
That's fun.
He's such an artist.
Such a thoughtful guy.
He's a very thoughtful guy, and he has that kind of in those bonus features and kind of in the movie that sort of I'm here to learn. I'm ready to learn. I want to know what this stuff is.
Always a great attitude.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter how old you get.
Yeah. So 2021.
That's it for 2021. Now 2022.
2022. Yes, 2022.
Wow. I think I know exactly what you're going to pick. But
there's no other choice.
There's two. There's two, though. I just saw the second one.
What do you think the second one is?
Well, let me just mention a couple of these that I like first.
Okay, go ahead.
Nope, which we saw in theaters.
Yep, Nope is really good. Yeah.
Avatar: The Way of Water, Top Gun: Maverick,
yeah, that's
The
my pick.
Menu. Top Gun: Maverick?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Prey.
Top Gun: Maverick? What? Do you know what you like this year?
Of course, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Is way up
excellent.
there.
Yep.
The Fablemans. The Northman.
Love The Fablemans. Yeah, The Northman's really good too.
But it's between these two. I think I know your pick.
Which two do you think it's between?
The Batman and RRR.
It's RRR. It's RRR.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, a little sad because I love the Batman.
Batman is like...
It's probably my favorite...
Batman
It's my favorite Batman movie since...
Mask of the Phantasm.
Since the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, since the Lego Batman. Okay.
Which I know isn't that long.
Okay.
Yeah. But, Robert Pattinson as Batman. It's the greatest live-action version of that character.
Yes.
I listened a little bit to what Matt Reeves was talking about in making this movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, I wanted to make today's Batman.
Yeah.
The new people point to and say, this is Batman. The new quintessential version of the character for modern audiences. And basically doing for today's audiences what Adam West did for the 60s audiences.
Interesting.
He talks about Adam West a lot.
Yeah.
He talks about the 60s show a lot.
He does, yeah. That's what he grew up on.
Yeah. And I love that because that's what I love about the Lego Batman movie is it's all connected. It's all Batman.
Right.
People I think misunderstand Batman a lot and thinking that he's cold and calculative and only cares about the mission. He has no empathy. Yeah. That's not Batman at all. Batman, he gives a thumbs up. He's got the cool gadgets, but he helps kids. He saves kids. Yeah. The first superhero for children. He's like the Black Cougar.
Exactly.
But anyways, that's not even my pick for this year. My pick is RRR.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Rise, Roar, Revolt.
RRR.
You're gonna get to see this in theaters
soon. I just got tickets to see this in the theater
for my
birthday.
Gave you tickets to see this in theaters.
She often gets me tickets, and it's always the greatest thing.
It is crazy that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
You're gonna lose your mind.
I cannot wait because this is a 3-hour epic film, and you know what else is crazy? They're in theaters. It's gonna be in its original language. Not even in Hindi, which it is in Netflix.
Really?
That's not even the original language that it was shot in. This is going to be the original version.
Awesome.
So it's literally in its purest form.
Uncut, yeah, exactly.
It's going to be wild.
That's amazing.
It's going to be wild. I cannot wait to see it.
I'm so excited for you.
But watch RR.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Watch it. Watch it. It's on Netflix. It is...
it's everything. It's everything.
It's kind of like Speed Racer, which comparing anything to Speed Racer is futile because nothing's like Speed Racer, but in the sense that it is wholly unique. Yeah. I've never seen anything like it.
Exactly. It's a war film. It's a musical. It's a rom-com. It's a drama.
Yeah.
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like action film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got literally everything. It's like a superhero movie.
And what's crazy is within each of those genres, it is the best of its genre.
Exactly.
It's the best action I've ever seen. It's the best romance I've ever seen. It's the best comedy I've ever seen.
The best musical numbers.
The best musical. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's I've never seen anything like it.
Everyone we show the movie to loves it.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't like certain aspects of it, there's something in it you will like.
Totally. I remember watching it for the first time. I think we watched it because Patrick Willems did a video on it.
Yeah.
He mentioned it or something.
That's right.
And I watched it before you did.
Yeah.
And I had, I think I had band practice or something, so I had to pause it before it was over. I paused it on the frame of Rom with the spotlight behind him and the bow and arrow. And, oh my gosh. Coolest shot in the entire film.
Yeah.
I paused it right there. I'm like, I have to go. I have to go. But I remember as soon as I saw you, I was like, you must watch this. You must see it.
Yeah.
And I remember us watching it together. The first like 5 minutes it's pretty normal. It's like a little brutal and
it's pretty intense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then you get to those first. It's kind of a 3-act structure before the movie starts.
Right.
It's like watching a movie before the movie.
Yeah. Right. It's a prelude.
And it takes a turn, and as soon as it takes that leap, it's like, this is going to be crazy. Yeah. This is going to be a crazy movie. Yeah. And then you get to a certain point where you're like, oh, the movie's over. You're like, this is officially the halfway point.
Right.
And you're like, what? It's crazy. It's great.
It's a great epic, modern epic, unlike anything else.
I love showing it to people. I love watching it with them because people's reactions to this movie is always like, what's going on? This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
Right. All right. Hard to move on from that, but we got to go on to 2023. Big year. We had a lot of big movies this year.
For sure.
Boy and the Heron.
Yep.
Boys in the Boat.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was another boy movie, wasn't there? Boy something. Creed 3.
My name's Boy.
that's an older one.
Taika Waititi.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back on the big screen. Mutant Mayhem, had a blast with that.
None of it is as good as Across the Spider-Verse.
Wow.
Across the Spider-Verse is somehow better than Into the Spider-Verse.
Wow. High praise.
It is. It does something it didn't have to do.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be a new direction for this story.
More innovation, more creativity.
Yeah.
More, it's like more of everything we love.
Seeing things we got little snippets of in the first one.
Right.
But seeing them fleshed out and seeing new universes
getting to spend time in these other universes rather than they're coming to him in the first one. Now he goes to them and it's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
It's really crazy.
And really it's a Gwen Stacy story.
Yeah.
It's about
Spider-Gwen.
Starts with her, ends with her.
Yeah.
And she's my favorite character in the series. She's
a great character.
She's incredible. She's incredible.
She's a drummer like you.
She's a drummer, sure. Yeah. But she's such a cool character. Very cool. Very kind of tortured, but also has a great arc over the course of this movie.
Yes.
Miles is great. Of course, his story evolves and goes in interesting directions. The Spot is a great villain. Yeah. Very interesting and well developed.
Jason Schwartzman, great in that role.
Everybody loves Across the Spider-Verse, I think. I don't think anyone's ever talked bad about it, but that ending, man. That ending. It is a lot of movie. It is a lot of movie. And,
it's great. And it's one of the longest animated films of all time.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, it's true.
It's almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Great
it's amazing.
Movie.
Yeah.
Great pick. Godzilla Minus One, of course, came out that year too. Which is
that was a close second. I love Minus One. It's probably my favorite Godzilla film.
Peter Pan and Wendy, very underrated.
Yes.
Movie. All right, moving on to 2024. So last year.
Yep.
Man, we saw a lot of movies last year. Probably more than any recent years. I mean, we saw just over 50, 60 movies.
Yeah, I think this was. we were in full swing in the channel.
Exactly.
So it was big, and we really had to
almost.
We were all in.
Got to see pretty much everything new on the big screen. So, what did you go with here? I mean, there's so many. I mean, I've got to mention. I know you love Monkey Man.
Yep, I love Monkey Man.
That's up there pretty high.
Definitely.
Alien Romulus, we were big fans of.
Yep.
Hundreds of Beavers, so unexpected.
Very fun.
That movie, so unexpected.
Very fun.
I had a blast with that. What do you got? I know what you're gonna pick.
It's got to be Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2.
It's got to be Dune Part 2.
It's so good.
Somehow better than the first. This has the Across the Spider-Verse syndrome.
Does it? Yeah.
Where it went in a different direction and went bigger somehow.
Yeah.
Watching the first Dune movie now is like it's quaint compared to Part 2.
Right. As epic as it is.
It's all on Arrakis, and it's all just like it's just Paul and like his little people and whatever.
Right.
But by the time we get to Part 2, it's like we're on the Harkonnen homeworld. We're on Giddy Prime. We're on the Imperial world, where we go all over, and the scope and scale of everything gets so much larger.
Yeah.
but it also retains the heart of the story, which
very
is
character focused. Chani
it's
and
Paul
Chani
Atreides and Chani.
Yeah.
And their relationship builds and evolves in such an interesting way. And then by the end of that story, it's like you're watching a Shakespearean epic.
It's so unexpected where it goes, and the ending is just such a gut punch.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think it's probably Denis' best movie. I think it's probably his most well-made film.
I think you're right.
So well directed, so well shot. The visual effects are incredible.
Seamless. I mean, it's the most seamless effects work I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's 100%. You buy it's all real.
Yeah.
They must have somehow built that spaceship. They must have somehow built all
the sound. The sound design, the music,
yes.
the score of everything.
Hans Zimmer gets very experimental here.
Yes.
More experimental than he's gotten in years.
And it's far better, I think, than even what he did in Dune, which was already experimental and interesting and unique.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's so much more he has to do here. You know?
The fact that he wasn't even nominated for an Oscar for this, solely because it's a sequel.
He used a couple of the same themes.
It makes no sense.
Travesty.
I mean, you can't nominate Williams for anything. Everything Williams does is a sequel to his last work. It's dumb. It's dumb. It makes zero sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, Dune Part 2 is incredible. That's my pick for 2024.
Excellent choice.
Now here we are this year.
This year, I mean, we haven't seen. Yeah, we're not even halfway through the year.
Yeah, we're still a little early. I've seen Sinners this year. I really liked Sinners. It was really good.
Yeah, right.
I think it was well made. I saw a movie called Companion this year.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it.
I liked Companion. I thought it was good.
Together we saw Mickey 17.
Yep, Mickey 17. I liked a lot for sure.
We both liked Minecraft.
Minecraft was great.
We both were really surprised by Thunderbolts too.
Thunderbolts was also really good. Yes.
What did you go with?
I went with The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes story. I had to. Now, it was interesting because looking this up, it says it's a 2024 movie because it was released in like
theater.
art house theaters.
Right.
But it was widely released in 2025.
Correct. It's a 2025.
It was when we got to see it.
Yeah. Well, it's been on the shelf for I think 3 years or something crazy. It's it's one of those movies that was caught in the Warner Brothers Discovery limbo.
Exactly.
Which now finally Coyote vs. Acme is getting released by the same company, Ketchup Entertainment.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Ketchup Entertainment.
Thank you, Ketchup,
for giving the Looney Tunes a chance to shine on the big screen. Because this is the most fun I've had at the theater, and I don't think anything will top it.
Yeah.
Because it's so Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a movie like this in theaters in so long.
It's more than...
It's classic.
I think it's more Looney Tunes than even Space Jam is.
Oh, 100%.
This movie
100%.
movie goes to the lengths of... it is just a pure comedy.
It's a feature-length
It's a
Looney Tunes
feature-length cartoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it is so classic Looney Tunes. I mean, they even give Porky Pigs the gloves back. I mean, they're really trying to go back to the original. Yeah. And man, Eric Bauza, we talked all about this movie when it came out in our reviews, but it's just such a breath of fresh air.
It is. It's excellent. I love it so much. I
2D
love
animated.
The characters of Porky Pig and Daffy Duck are given characters here, and they're developed in interesting ways, and their dynamics play off of each other well. I love Farmer Brown. I'm going to talk about Farmer Brown because it's one of my favorite jokes in the entire movie, is Farmer Brown. He's literally a PNG file that they're dragging around on screen. It's hilarious. It is so funny. There's so many kind of inside animation jokes like that throughout the movie.
I can't wait to rewatch this.
Yeah, it's excellent.
This is so much fun. Just thinking about it, things like that I kind of forgot about. They're so brilliant. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
It's definitely the funniest of the year, and I thought
it's the funniest of the decade.
I thought that a Minecraft movie was hilarious.
It was funny. But it wasn't like this. Yeah. I mean, we were crying laughing watching this movie.
We were laughing pretty hard.
It was so clever. It was
very clever, yeah.
It was so great. I just had a blast watching it. Again, I can't wait to own it and watch it over and over again.
I highly recommend it.
Well, that's it, folks. You've made it through. Every year you've been alive.
22 years of films.
I mean, those are some great picks, some unexpected picks, some controversial picks. Can't wait to see the comments on this.
Yes.
Can't wait to do our Star Wars sequel video in the near future, hopefully.
We'll see if we can drum up the courage to do that.
Right. Thanks, Karson.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here for 22
Glad
years.
That you did this.
These are all great. I think all these are 5-star films. The only ones I give 4.5 are Moonrise Kingdom. They didn't quite get to 5.
Okay.
There's 2 or 3 other ones in there, but these are all great. I think all of these are some of my favorite movies, and ones that each year have really only gotten better over time. Every time I watch it,
staying
just,
power
just gets better.
is important. Yeah,
for sure.
Great choices. Well, let us know in the comments what your favorites were from Karson's list. What are some of your favorites from these years, these past 22 years of filmmaking? Let us know in the comments down below. We'd be happy to have a conversation with you. We're both on Letterboxd.
That's right.
Check us out there. Those links are in the description below. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Follow The Real World everywhere. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos, and we'll see you next time right here on The Real World.